Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the car boot crafter, and if you've caught my last few videos you'll know that I am suddenly a little bit obsessed with using Flower Soft again. So I've done a couple of videos on how I used it, and then I came across this die, this gorgeous, if I put it on there you can probably see it better, this beautiful lamppost die. And I thought, oh, hello, I could use that with Flower Soft. So I'm just in the middle of making a Christmas card. It will be a Christmas card. It's never too early for Christmas, is it? So what I've done is I've cut it out once. And now I'm cutting out just the top bit in gold. Because I want to do a little bit of paper piercing. So let's pop that away now that I've done it. So as you can see, I've only done the top part, so I'll take that bit off because I don't need that. And get rid of the lamppost bit itself because I don't think I'm going to use that. It's just the bits for the light. So these bits here is what I want. So I can chuck all of this away. That's why I didn't waste papers. I just use a little bit of waste gold that I got put to one side. So these bits, what I want to do is paper pierce in there. So I'm going to leave those in there for now until I need them and I can move everything out of the way. So I've already prepped a is it a DL card? I can never remember what they're called, but it's what I did was I cut out a piece of black card that was, and I did it in centimetres, so it was 20 by 20 centimetres, folded it in half, so I know the front now is 10 by 20 centimetres. So then I cut some gold at 9 centimetres and then the patterned paper at 8.5 centimetres, so I've got a nice thin border all the way around there. And what I want to do is glue this on there like that, then do some paper piercing, and then I've got this beautiful vintage Christmas Flower Soft that I'm going to use. So I'm going to stick that down. I'm not over keen on the bow. What do you think? I'm thinking I might get rid of the bow. Just cut that off. Let's find some thin little scissors. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut that off because I'm really not keen on it at all for this project. It might be fabulous in another project, but I don't think I want to use it in this project. So I'm just very carefully cutting along there, and I'm a bit caggy-handed if I try and do it the other way, so I'm going to do it this way. Cut that. Oh, hello. Oh, there must be, that's right, there's those little, I thought those were just creases. There must be little cuts in the die. Okay, that's not a problem. I can just put that back together. I wasn't expecting that. So that's going to go there. I'm just going to measure things up so that I know where to put everything. And I've got a little Merry Christmas, which I've mounted onto some gold as well, which I want to put at the bottom like that. So I think that's how it's going to lay out. So I think that's going to be okay. So let's I'm going to start with the bottom because I like that distance there. So let's get a little bit of glue onto here. Gosh, everything's getting caught up. I'm all fingers and thumbs today for some reason. So a little bit of glue just up the middle. As you can tell, fingers and thumbs, I've just pulled that around. So I've got a little pair of tweezers. That might help or not. Is it even crispy? Yeah, there we go. Finally. No, that's not going to work at all, is it? It's not grasping it very well. So that's where I want it to be, or thereabouts. So that's by eye, that's the middle. Let's lay that down. And then I'll lay this one down. I did toy with the idea of cutting that shape out and then cutting it round, but then I thought, you know what, die cut it and paper pierce it. It's going to be fiddly. It's going to be very fiddly, especially as I'm in a bit of a klutz mood today. So let's see how it works out. This might be a very long video, so grab a coffee and sit back. Right, just trying to dab some glue on the bits that need to catch, like that. These are great, aren't they, those little glue bottles? I'm just going to join that up like that. There we go. And lay that down. There we go. I'm just going to use my bone folder just to make sure I get all of the bits laid down. There we go. Right, I'll do some paper piercing, then we get on to the exciting bit where I start using the Flower Soft. I think I'm just going to do it one bit at a time. And that's going to go there. So I'm going to put the glue in here rather than try and put it on the back of those little slithers of gold, because I know what will happen. I'll put them on the back of these little slithers and it'll all stick to me and end up in an absolute mess. So there's one. Just hope I've got them the right way round. That one I think was on the edge, so let's pop that in there. There we go. And this one on this side. There. I think that works. What do you think? I quite like that. Gives it, makes it look like there's a glow in there. And after all, it is supposed to be a lamp. Oh, actually, what I'll do is I'm going to put the glue in first, so it's got a minute to get tacky, if you know what I mean. There we go. And then I'm going to pop these out one at a time so I've got them the right way round. And that one goes in there like that. Let's get the middle one. They're all slightly different shapes, the three of them, so I just want to make sure I get them the right way around. Use my pokey tool to set that in the middle. And last one for the middle one. Oh, where's that gone? Ah, there it is. Thought I'd lost it for a minute there. I thought I'm going to have to start all over again. Right, let's get you. There we go. Let them go in there. Like that. There we go. You can hear there's another plane going over. Someone may be off on their hollybobs. It's coming up to that time of year again, isn't it? When everyone's starting to jet off on their holidays. Not for us just yet. This year. So again, let's do these. I'm sorry, this is a boring bit. Maybe I should have prepped this first and then but hey ho, I know some people like to watch this sort of stuff, you know, when you're actually putting it together, so hopefully it's not too boring for you. And there's the last piece in like that, and now I can get on to the enjoyable bits. There we go. So I'm just going to pop that back on there. So it's a Joanna Sheen die. If you wanted to know, that's a Joanna Sheen. So the next bit then is where it starts to get fun. I'm just going to push those down a little bit so that they're definitely grabbed. I'll glue this down as well so I know exactly where I am and what I'm doing. like that, so that it's sat there like that, so I know now. So I don't want to put Flower Soft too far down. So this is the Flower Soft I'm going to use on this one. It's a vintage Christmas Flower Soft. So I'll leave that there out the way. Move my die out the way. And just aerate the Flower Soft a little bit. And it's a bit like, you know, when you make a crumble and you're just running the flour and butter through your fingers, and you're just rubbing your fingers like that. It's a bit like making a crumble. It's when you aerate your Flower Soft. So I don't know if you've got any, but if you do, get it out and have a play. So, and I've got absolutely tons of this. I think this year it will be Flower Soft Christmas cards for everybody, because there's absolutely tons of it in there. If you remember from the previous videos, you hardly use any of it when you are making your cards. So get your glue applicator, and there is a specific glue that they recommend, but I'm just using plain old PVA, and I'm just going to run some around the bottom, just little dots like that. So that it looks like there's a little bit around the bottom, and then I'm just going up and like it's wrapping around the lamppost. I've gone quiet, haven't I? Just so it's wrapping round like that. I'm going to leave it there because I'm not sure what I'm going to do at the top just yet, and I know that these are they're still drying. So again, with your Flower Soft, and I could do with putting it on a little bit of oh, excuse me, a little bit of paper. So let's pop that onto there like that. A bit like glitter, it just makes it easier to pick up your Flower Soft at the end. Oh, sneezes always comes in twos, don't they? I hope I'm not coming down with anything. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I know I'm maybe starting something. So I'm just going to trickle my Flower Soft on there. And the great thing is that you can put quite a lot on there like this, but only a tiny bit is going to stick. So we'll do that. So it's a bit like when you put glitter on. You put far more glitter on than you need usually, don't you? So there we go. And I'm just going to do that and tap it a little bit. Now I can pop that back in to my tub. See, there's so much of it has gone back in. I've only used a tiny little bit. I'm going to use my fingers just to push it down a bit into that glue. Like that. I'm going to use a little bit more glue between these three little dots, just so as it looks like a continuous wrap around on there. So, and sometimes more is more, sometimes less is more. So let's push that into the Flower Soft, stamp that off. And what I tend to do is not mess with it too much, but sort of leave it on its own like that, so that and then when it dries, I'll come back and gently rub my fingers over, and maybe lose a little bit more of the Flower Soft. Now I'm going to put a little bit more on the bottom here. Well, somehow I've ended up with some on my glue on my nozzle. So let's put a little bit more down here. I'm going to put a little bit up here, I think, just a tiny little bit. I'm not going to go too high, I don't think. And maybe come across one side a little bit like that. Okay, so let's come back in with our Flower Soft. I'm going to put a little bit at the bottom and I'm going to put a little bit at the top, so it's nice and well covered again. And I'm hoping that the glue behind the gold, you know, the light bit, hoping that that's fairly well dry by now and not going to pick up Flower Soft onto the light bit. Okay, so let's stamp that off again and do that. Oop. Right, so let's pop that in there. And there we go. Beautiful Merry Christmas card using Flower Soft and a die that I haven't used for yonks. I think this is, do you know, I'm really loving rediscovering some of the stuff that I've got in the craft room that I'm not using very often. So there you go, that's a Christmas card with Flower Soft. Do I need any more on that? No, I think if I go any more, that's going to be too much. Maybe actually, no, hold on. A little bit more at the bottom here, just to sort of cover up the base of the lamppost. But I think any more on the rest of the lamppost will be a bit overkill. So there we go. Let's put a little bit just at the bottom there. And like I say, sometimes more is more, sometimes less is more. There we go. Pop that down. And Flower Soft at the moment, I've had a look, it's not that expensive on eBay and things like that, because it's not as popular as it used to be. There was, I think, a few years ago, it was very, very popular on Create and Craft and the like. So I think everywhere I looked, it was fairly expensive to buy. But I think because it's it's not as popular as it used to be, then oh, spilling it. Then yeah, then I think it's gone a bit cheaper. Although there are still lots of people who use it, I'm sure, because it is a really nice medium. But again, one that I hadn't used for a long time. You sort of move on to the next thing, don't you? So I'm going to see about maybe rediscovering some of the things in my craft room. So there you go. One Christmas card. First Christmas card made this year. It's very early for me. I don't normally start my Christmas cards until well into September. So there you go. I'm just going to have to find something to put in the middle there as an insert. But first Christmas card. What do you think? Do you like it? I'm really liking that. I might do a few more. In fact, I will do a few more like that. I'm glad I decided to put the gold inside the lamps as well. So there you are, another Flower Soft project. Loving the lampposts. That's the other lamppost I did, which is one that was already, this is one that Flower Soft do. You can buy a little pack of them, the little backgrounds, and then add your own Flower Soft to it. So there's another one. Oh, that's the insert I'm thinking of putting inside this one. There are pots and pots of friends, but there's only one like you. That's going to be for my friend. But I think what I have to do is I have to put some white on the background, so I've got somewhere to write. And then there's that one as well on there. I'm loving this. I am loving this Flower Soft journey. So I'll see you in the next video. It might be another Flower Soft, who knows? Anyway, take care. See you soon. Bye for now.